Hi friends. So in this video we'll have a look at the control statements. So what is a control statement? Why we need it? Okay, all those things. So typically we start with the basic theory, then we will move on with some examples first, and then I'll go with, last end with a lot more examples. Okay. So if you want to master any programming language, you should be very good in control structures, both conditional structures as well as looping structures. So if you are pretty good in that, you can pretty much claim that you are a good programmer, most probably. So because in real life, not in the algorithmic level, but in real life, most of your problems will fall into these two categories only. Okay. First is the branching type, which is nothing but if, else, switch, all those things. Second is the looping type, which is while, for, do while, so all those stuff. Not every language will have all the features. Some languages now started discarding the while loop or do while loop, but it is good to know all the things. Like we'll start with C because it has everything in it. Mm, so both are very simple. Like in your life, you use these two things on often. Okay, so branching you use one starting from once you open your eyes till you close your eyes at the bed in the night, and looping is mostly happening on Sunday. We'll see that our life is more of a loop type. So we start, we take bath, we go to college, we come back, we do go to work, we come back, then again eat, play sometime, then sleep, then again tomorrow the same loop happens. Okay, so these are the two structures. Like let's say, let's see how to flirt. Okay, this is a simple flow chart. So flirting, you see a guy or a girl, and then you figure out like whether she is beautiful or not. That's the point where you decide to look at him or her. Then if she is beautiful and she is of your type, no, first she is beautiful most of the cases. Sometimes type goes in the first decision. It depends. Then you look at her like whether she looks at you, and then you proceed with that. If the same flowchart, if you put it for Sunday, task of activities, the life starts at the couch, I mean the bed, and ends in the bed. So we don't do anything else. We simply sit and while every time. Ideally, I do it. So weekend life for a programmer or a guy starts like that: eat, sleep, play, eat, sleep, chat, WhatsApp, all the stuff, and then goes off. So these are some of the real world examples of loop and if. So let's go into the code. So in the branching and looping, we have if, else, and switch. Okay, if else is a ladder kind of it. Switch is like kind of your regular switches at switchboard at home. So once you touch one button, it will be always connected to another one directly, and so it is straight connection, one-to-one connection. Next comes the looping part. So the looping starts with the for, while, and do while. It's not in the sequence, I mean order. You can pick anyone and then start doing the same thing which other. Okay, so for and while is directly interchangeable most of the cases. Whereas do while is like you allow it once and then check for the condition. Whereas in the for or while, you will allow them inside your loop only if the condition is satisfying. Okay, like that. And there are a couple of helpers as well: break, continue, and go to. Typically avoid go to, and in the modern languages they have eliminated go to altogether. Okay, so you don't need to, but break and continue is part of it. Let's see a simple example. Okay, and then we'll go out with the things. So in this example, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to check pass or fail. That's all. Okay, so I have a variable. Instead of getting it from the user, I have a variable called result, and I store the value as 10, and then I check it against the value. If result is greater than 45, passed, else it is failed. As simple as that. So let's go and run it using a GCC. So this is our code. Open it. The same code, nothing different here. I have a main, I have a result, and the result is checked against the value. So now obviously it will fail. I know it 10 is less than thing, so it will come to the else part, which is actually failed thing. So this is a relational operator which we check greater than or equal to. Okay, so it comes over here in this case, and then it says printf failed. Good luck next time. So this is the expected output. Okay, let's go and run it. So I am using GCC, GCC. Let's use it, not G++. Okay, so my file name is if.c. I'm just compiling it. So GCC if.c. So I would have got the output a.exe because that's the default output format if you are not specifying it. Let's run it. A.out, a.exe in this case. In Unix, it's a.out. So it says failed. Good luck next time. Obviously it is failed as we expected if the value is 10. So let's go and edit. Okay, let's rerun with our own name instead of a.exe -o if.exe. If you give it, it will match it for that value and then name whatever you are expecting. I am running if.exe instead of a.exe. I'm running the same output is there. Okay, so this is the branching thing. So the next thing is the switch statement. So as I said, switch is one-to-one connectivity. Okay, it is same as if, but it is more elegant and neat. Okay, so what here we'll have is we'll have a condition over there, and then we'll write cases, case 1, case 2, case 3, whatever the case value is, like you can put it. So here if you are writing it for so here I am just giving a number and printing it in the text, I mean what is it, word format. If I give 1, it will print one. If I give 2, it will be 2wo, and if I give 3 or 4, I'll print several. Okay, I mean just because of laziness I am printing. You can print 3, 4, 5, all those things. And there is a case called default. Okay, so if nothing matches here, it goes to the default case. Okay, these are the things, very simple and straightforward. It is elegant, but it has its own limitation. When it compared to if, it looks elegant, but the limitation is like you can't do a range comparison. For example, if I want to write the same program which I wrote earlier, so if it is greater than 45, okay, so what I have to do is like case 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 till 100 I have to write it. So that's a hell a lot of time, I mean waste of time. So in those cases, if is the best. Okay, this is one of the interview questions, so go and look into it. So here I have a result and the same code will run it. Okay, so clear clear and then gcc hyphen switch.c. Let's run it. I have given the file name switch.c, so switch.exe. If I run it, like we'll get it. So let's run the switch.exe. So the expected result is 1. ONE1 should come up. So always write your expected result in the paper before running it. Before running it, that's important. After running it, everybody will know the output. So once you watch the climax, everybody will become a hero. But before running it, you have to predict it. Predicting is one of the key things which you have to be sure of what you're doing. Okay, let's run it. Switch.exe. Okay, so you got 1. Simple. Let's change that to 3. So here now what I should get is like the case 3 is for several, so I should get the output as several. Let's go and check it that as well. So since we have modified the code, we are recompiling it. So once we recompile it, we'll run it. So I get several as the output. Simple and straightforward. So next comes the loop. Okay, loop is nothing but like when you want to do repeatedly something, you will put in, for example, I want to print 5 times. So I'll put the whatever I have to do inside that for loop and then write the for loop. So it has 3 parts. One is the initialization, second one is the condition, is the middle part. Okay, and the last one the increment part. So both are independent of each other. You can set any value to anything. It's up to you. For example, here I have given I equal to 0. It's not always you have to use I. You can use j, and it is not always it has to be 0. You can start with 10 as well. It's up to you. Okay, and the result is the value which you want to, the condition which you want to check it. Okay, and the same way goes for the increment. I have used I plus plus, which means that increment one thing. So you can also increment multiple things. Let's run it. So you can give I equal to I plus 2 or I plus 5. It's up to you. Okay, most of the people assume that it has to come only I plus plus. No, it's not like that. Even you can give I minus minus as well. Okay, so all it needs to do is it has to meet the condition. Okay, let's run it. For.exe. Okay, see, we have got the output 1 to 9. I have printed 0 to 9. So if I start the for loop with 1, I'll get 1 to 10. As simple as that. Okay, same thing you can achieve it while loop as well. There is no difference in that. The same result, exact result, you will get it. Here what we have to do is like we have put the initialization outside and the condition inside the while and the increment inside the while loop. Okay, and the common error which people do in this thing is like they don't give the plus plus inside the while loop. Okay, okay, now comes the interview bit. Okay, what is the difference between switch and if? So if you recall, I have already told the answer. Okay, very important answer is there one. Okay, first is you can compare for any data type.
Okay, in switch. Whereas sorry, if you can compare a double, float, character, all the stuff here. Whereas in switch can take only integral values, okay, numbers. Nowadays in modern programming language they are giving strings as well, but it has a limitation. That's the point. And the very important point is range comparison is possible in if, whereas in switch you can't do it. Okay, and the cascade can be little slower, but it's not really big deal actually. Okay, switch uses a jump table, so it is better than the switch. Okay, sorry, better than the if. Okay, but that is not much of a different significance for you. Okay, and another important thing is like if you are having a nested or multiple condition, if become little nasty, whereas switch looks elegant, so it becomes good. And another important thing which I missed is like you can have a multi condition, for example if greater than 10 and b greater than 20. So you can do multiple condition checks in if, whereas in switch you'll not be able to do that. So these are the very important thing. And for versus while, there is not much of difference, to be frank. Both are used. Okay, so one general answer which you can give is like for you will use it when you know how many number of times you want to execute. Okay, while is mostly used when you don't know what is the number of while one or while true you'll use it. But to be frank, both are in one to one exchangeable. There is no much trouble between these two guys. Whatever you are going to you are able to achieve in for loop, you will be able to do the same thing with while loop as well. Okay, typically while loop are used in the places where you want to wait for an event to occur. For example, till a becomes 20, do this, like that kind of it. Use it. And there is last part is like a infinite for loop. So you can use for in this way, is like see, I have removed the condition, I have removed the initialization, I have removed the increment, but I can use this is a valid code. Okay, this runs infinite time and your program hangs. Okay, the same thing you can achieve it with while as well. While condition not met, do the same thing. Okay, so those are the two ways where you can use it, both the guys.
Now let's see some more examples so that we'll be more clear. This time instead of using GCC, I'm using a IDE, Integrated Development Environment, like it's editor, okay, which internally uses GCC. Okay, here also I'm using GCC, but before that, like this gives a proper editor kind of it. Last time I used Notepad and other things, right? So let's see it. Like this editor is called code blocks. So let me go to the name here. So here code blocks, that's the name. Here you can download it from the internet. It comes with both GCC and you can add externally also, that's up to you. Okay, let's start with the basic code. So in the first line, hash include studio Dutch, everybody knows it. Second, if you see, I have included something odd.c, leapyear.c, swap.temp, all those things. Those are my own files. See, if you here see here, I have added those files in my project, multiple files in my project. And to include my own files, I use double quotes instead of using Angular thing. So that is one of the key difference which you have to know it. So what it does is it first searches my local directory when I go double quotes, then goes for the standard directory. Okay, so enough is enough, let's go to the code. So here I'm just having a small piece of code which does nothing. So let me zoom it. Okay, so add two numbers and then print it, that's all I'm doing it. Okay, so to show the editor I'm just using it. Let me run it. So this is how you do it. So build or rebuild and then clean it. So let's rebuild it. So once it builds, it sees, see here, min32 g++, that's what I'm using it. The build is over, I have 0 errors. Let's go and run it. So build and run. So I need two numbers, let's say 2 and 3. So the output is 5. Okay, simple output, just to show the environment I'm using it. Now let me jump to our examples. Okay, looping examples and other things. I'll delete all this guys, so I don't need this. So first is odd or even. So I have a separate file here. So what it does is like it has a number and it scans it as a variable called number, and it scans for it and uses percentage symbol. Percentage symbol is called a modulus symbol. If you're not familiar with it, know it. It gives a reminder. So what is odd or even? Anything which gives a reminder is an odd number. Anything which doesn't is a even number. So here I'm giving whatever number I'm giving percentage to. So if it is exactly divisible, it will give me a reminder as 0, right? So then I am printing at 0. Okay, one of the common errors or the tricks in the interviews or the questions they'll ask us, like, so in the percentage, if you see, we have used double equal to, not single equal to. Okay, people miss out that. Okay, so check for it whether it is single equal to or double equal to. Single equal to is for assignment, double equal is for uh, comparison. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Leap year, the same thing here. So in the leap year, what I'm doing is I'm passing a year as a int. If you see the function, so in the top, int leap year, and then C braces, and then int year, LYR I have used, right? That LYR is a function parameter which is passed from outside. Okay, once I get it, I store it in a variable called year. You can store it or you can directly use it, that's up to you. So once I store it, I'm doing percentage mod. The leap year is nothing but divisible by 4, divisible by 0, and divisible by 100. All those three things. So what we have done is, like, we have put in conditions for it. Like, this example is just to show the nested if. It's not that if else has to be a singular thing. It can be nested as well. Okay, so that is the reason why I've used this thing. So first, where it comes, whether it checks it's divisible by 4 or not. If it is divisible, there is chances like it could be a leap year. Okay, if it is not divisible, straight away we print at the bottom, see here, not a leap year. Okay, so then we go in and then we check for mod of 100. So it has to be divisible by 100 and 4. So we check it. Once we check it, so we printed that it's a leap year. Okay, and there is one more condition, like, if it is even divisible 100, and then we are again modding it with 400. I mean, ideally this is not needed, I guess already we have done it. So we'll check it and then we are printing it. Okay, so this is just to show an example for how a nested if is there. Okay, so let's move on with the digits counter. So this is an example for what is that, how many number of digits in the code. So I come in, I get the integer value, and then what I start doing is I start dividing the number by 10. Let's assume I am giving 123. When I give n slash n by 23, which means that I am dividing n and then storing it in the same value. It is a shortcut operator. N slash equal to is a shortcut operator. Okay, so if I divide, what it will do, so 123, if I divide by 10, it will become 12. Okay, I have counted one digit is there. Then I'll go back and then divide 12 by 10, which will become 1. I'll increment the count, and then again if I divide by 10, so there would be no quotient, so it will become 0. So by the time my count would be 3. Okay, and then I print it. Let's run all this program together. So leap year I am passing from external, and then odd or even, what is the function name? So plain odd or even I have to call it. Okay, so what I'm going is I'm going to call order. Oh, it's already called here. Okay, first is order even, second is leap year, I'm passing some year, and third is the count digits. So let's call that function as well. So those function are in a different files, and I am using all the files here. Count digits I haven't included, so hash include. So what is the file name? count count digits.c. Okay, save, and then select it, and then build and run. Okay, so count digit, it's scolding me. Undefined reference, so whether I've given the same name, count digits dot c, correct only. Let's say what's the function name, count underscore digits. Here what I've used, okay, here I've used capital C, so that is the reason. So I'm just replacing that and then building and running it. So enter an integer for odd or even. Let's say I give 24, it says that even. Then the second line 1998 is not a leap year, it says. And then the third year count digits, it's asking for something. Let's get 333 we'll give it, and see the number of digits is 4. All the three programs are run in the same thing. I'm just calling the functions from different file. Okay, so I'll run it again and show the code. So integer number, let's say 5, control 1, let's zoom it and then check it. See, 5 is an integer, 5 is an odd number, it is printed. Then I passed 1998 as a parameter, it says it's not leap number, and then I have to give the number. So this is, let's say, like 443332. Let's give it. If I give 4432, it counted the number of digits and gave me the answer. Okay, thank you friends, bye bye.